it breaks your heart, the physiology. Let me show you exactly what those safe habits do inside your arteries. First, the inflammatory backdrop. When refined seed oils dominate and omega-3 intake lags, your cells produce more pro-inflammatory eicosanoids. That tilts the whole system toward irritation. Pair that with the sugar swings from low-fat, high-starch meals, and you add oxidative stress. Now, LDL particles are easier to oxidize. Oxidized LDL is what your immune system flags as trouble. Macrophages swallow it, turn into foam cells, and start the foundation of plaque. This isn't overnight. It's micro hits, day after day, year after year. Here's where most people mess up. They think, if I just lower cholesterol, plaque melts. But context matters. The Minnesota coronary experiment, reanalyzed decades later, showed that swapping saturated fat for corn oil lowered cholesterol, yet people with the biggest drops didn't have fewer deaths. That tells us cholesterol in an inflamed, oxidative environment behaves differently. The problem isn't cholesterol alone. It's what happens to those particles when sugar spikes and unstable oils run the show. Next, the endothelium, the single-cell lining of your arteries. Healthy endothelium releases nitric oxide to relax vessels, keeps the surface slick, and controls what passes in and out. Sugar spikes, oxidative stress, and an omega-6 heavy background beat it up. Microtears appear, junctions get dysfunctional, and nitric oxide production falls. Stiffer vessels mean higher pressure and more work for your heart. You feel it as a quickened pulse after meals, head rushes when you stand, or a cuff that reads a little higher month after month. Energy is the quiet casualty. Your heart's mitochondria need a rich mix of nutrients, be vitamins, carnitine, CoQ10 precursors, and steady inputs of stable fats. Stripped fat and nutrient density and mitochondria sputter. That shows up as afternoon crashes, breathlessness on small hills, and a sense that chores take more out of you than they used to. You don't need a biochemistry degree to notice that. Hormones get dragged into this too. Protein and stable fats help regulate satiety hormones and steroid hormone balance. Low-fat, high-spike patterns push cortisol up and make insulin chase roller coasters. The lab fingerprint is classic. Triglycerides climb, HDL dips, and small, dense LDL shows up more often. That pattern ties closely with insulin resistance, which raises cardiovascular risk even when total cholesterol looks better. Now for the calcium piece. You probably never linked to low-fat, vitamins K2, D3, and a work together to guide calcium. D helps you absorb it, K2 activates proteins that keep it out of arteries, and vitamin A supports tissue remodeling. Decades of skipping yolks, aged cheese, liver, and fatty fish means you can absorb calcium, but still lack the signal to keep it out of vessel walls. Over time, arteries calcify and stiffen, not just plaque. Minerals laid down where you don't want them. A quick micro story. Ed ditched butter for margarine, cooked with vegetable oil, and kept breakfasts light and sweet. Cholesterol edged down, but triglycerides rose, HDL fell, and hills felt steeper. He walked more. It helped a bit. But the real change came when he swapped oils, rebuilt breakfast with protein and fat, and brought back K2-rich foods. Within weeks, his post-meal pulse settled and stamina returned. Better inputs fixed bad outputs. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Oxidation plus inflammation plus nutrient gaps equals fragile arteries. The fix isn't a miracle pill. It's restoring stable fats, smoothing glucose, and reintroducing the vitamins that direct calcium. Once you change the inputs, the endothelium breathes easier, nitric oxide returns, and labs start drifting in the right direction. Now, let's start with the fastest lever, the fat you cook with every day. Secret 1, the stable fats swap. The quickest win is your cooking fat. Choose fats by structure and job. Use saturated and monounsaturated fats for heat, and keep delicate polyunsaturated fats off the stove. This alone lowers the oxidative burden your arteries face. Here's the kitchen roster. For cooking: butter, ghee, beef tallow, avocado oil, and regular olive oil. For cold uses and finishing: extra virgin olive oil. Saturated and monounsaturated fats resist oxidation better. When heated, extra virgin olive oil's polyphenol are best preserved at low heat or off heat. Now, do the 5-minute pantry audit. Pull every bottle labeled vegetable oil: corn, soy, canola, safflower, sunflower, cottonseed, grapeseed, or blend. Check packaged foods for hydrogenated, partially hydrogenated, or interesterified. Those go. Toss bottled dressings made with seed oils. This isn't about perfection on day one. It's about removing the biggest drivers first. Eating out: use this line: could you cook that in butter or olive oil? I'll skip anything from the fryer. Most places can do it if you're polite and clear. Avoid crispy, crunchy, and fryer baskets. They live in reheated seed oils. Why this swap works: when you dial down omega-6 heavy seed oils and bring in stable fats, you reduce the substrate for pro-inflammatory signaling. That creates room for omega-3s to do their job. Reviews show omega-3s help stabilize plaques and resolve vascular inflammation. Paired with fewer unstable oils, the chemistry around your LDL particles gets less hostile, so there's less oxidation and less endothelial insult. Track progress without fancy tests by watching triglycerides and HDL. As sugar swings fall and your omega balance improves, triglycerides often drop and HDL nudges up within weeks. That's your in-body scoreboard saying keep going. Common mistakes: blasting extra virgin olive oil on high heat. You'll smoke off flavor and degrade polyphenol. Use regular olive oil or avocado oil for sautéing. Save extra virgin for salads and warm finishes. Trusting high smoke point blends. Many are still rich in omega-6 PUFAs. Swapping to light butter-like spreads. If it's whipped with seed oils, skip it. Real butter or ghee is cleaner and more stable. A quick 7-day win. Do a seed oil fast at home. Cook only with butter, ghee, tallow, avocado oil, or olive oil. Eat out once at most and request butter or olive oil. Most people feel less bloat by day 3 and steadier afternoon energy by day 5. That's your endothelium getting a break. Let's tie back to calcium, because this is the step that multiplies results. Vitamins K2, D3, and a need fat on board for absorption and function. When you cook eggs in butter, dress vegetables with extra virgin olive oil, and include aged cheese, you're not just eating tastier food. You're delivering the cofactors that tell calcium to go into bone, not arteries. D3 raises absorption. K2, especially as -7 Malawian kwaches, activates matrix GLA protein to block arterial calcification, and vitamin A helps maintain balanced tissue remodeling. The trio works best alongside real fats. Worried about cholesterol? Remember the Minnesota coronary experiment. Lowering cholesterol with corn oil didn't translate into fewer deaths. Focus on the whole profile: triglycerides down, HDL up, stable blood pressure, calmer glucose. As inflammation eases and oxidation drops, risk moves in the right direction. Here's a simple mental model: heat equals stable fats, cold equals extra virgin. If a label says vegetable, a seed name, or blend, it's out. If your grandparents would recognize it: olive oil, butter, ghee, tallow, it's in. Pair fats with protein to avoid naked carbs. Notice how your pulse feels 30 minutes after meals. A calmer beat is an early green light. Restaurant script upgraded. Grilled salmon or steak, double vegetables, cooked in butter or olive oil, no fryer. Olive oil and lemon on the side. If the salad dressing is a must, ask for olive oil and vinegar. If they bring a blend, go with lemon and salt. Do this consistently for 8 to 12 weeks, and you'll start moving your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio in the right direction, not necessarily to 1-to-1, but far better than typical modern intakes. Add 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week, and the payoff compounds. You're changing the raw materials your body uses to build cell membranes and signaling molecules. Less oxidation, calmer inflammation, better nitric oxide tone. If you remember nothing else from this section, remember this: the fat in your pan sets the tone in your arteries. Stable cooking fats plus extra virgin olive oil, off heat, reduce oxidation at the source, and help your other changes work faster. Now that your baseline input is steady, we'll bring in the vitamin trio and breakfast timing that turn this into measurable wins. Secret 2, the K2-D3, a triad for arteries. This is the missing link: low-fat living. Quietly erased, vitamins K2, D3, and a work together to control calcium traffic. D3 helps you absorb calcium, K2 flips on proteins that keep it out of arteries, and vitamin A supports healthy tissue remodeling. When you cut yolks, aged cheese, liver, and fatty fish, and strip fat from meals, you don't just lower calories, you lose the absorption and activation signals that keep vessels flexible. Why this matters now? For years, take calcium and vitamin D was common advice, especially for bone health. The thing most people miss is that D without K2 can raise calcium absorption while leaving it directionless. Matrix GLA protein, the body's arterial anti-calcification bouncer, stays inactive unless K2 carboxylates it. That's the biochemical reason bringing K2 back changes how your arteries age, and it lands better with real fat in the meal. What to do? Simply, first, reintroduce K2-rich foods paired with natural fat, so absorption isn't a guessing game. Egg yolks, especially from pasture-raised hens. Aged cheeses like Gouda, Brie, and Edam, and if you're up for it, a small weekly serving of liver for preformed vitamin A. Add fatty fish, sardines, mackerel, salmon for D3 and omega-3s in one move. If nata works for you, it's the richest natural source of K2 as MK7, but you don't need to love it to get results. Second, consider a simple supplement stack with your clinician's approval. A modest daily D3 dose tailored to your 25-hydroxy vitamin D lab, paired with K2 as MK7, is practical. MK7's longer half-life keeps those vitamin K-dependent proteins activated through the day. Prioritize retinol from food for vitamin A. If supplementing, use retinol palmitate or acetate under guidance, since beta-carotene converts inconsistently in many older adults. How to anchor this with labs so you know it's working. Ask for 25-hydroxy vitamin D to set dosing. Then let your broader metabolic markers tell the story as your inputs change. Triglycerides trending down, HDL edging up, fasting glucose or insulin calming, and if available, hsCRP easing. ApoB adds context for atherogenic particle load. You're not chasing a single vitamin level, you're watching the vascular environment improve. Now, here's where most people mess up. They take D3 alone, add a calcium pill, and still fear yolks and cheese. That's the 1970s fear talking. The recovered Minnesota coronary experiment data already shook the lower cholesterol at any cost idea. What your arteries want is lower oxidative stress, steadier insulin, and K2 activated proteins keeping calcium out of soft tissues. If you're on warfarin, keep vitamin K intake consistent and coordinate any change with your care team. Let me show you exactly how to make this effortless. Build one K2-D3A moment every morning, 2 or 3 eggs cooked in butter, a slice of aged Gouda, sliced tomatoes with extra virgin olive oil, and if you supplement, take D3/K2 with that meal so the fat ferries it in. Alternate days with sardines over avocado with lemon and salt, or cottage cheese drizzled with olive oil alongside smoked salmon. Same chemistry, different flavors. Common mistakes and quick fixes. Low-fat dairy. Swap to whole milk Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. Add a drizzle of olive oil to improve fat-soluble vitamin uptake. Multivitamins with token K. The dose and form matter. Look for MK7 and confirm amounts. Relying on plant precursors for A. Retinol from foods like liver or full-fat dairy is more reliable, especially as conversion often declines with age. A short micro-story. Marla took vitamin D for years, but avoided yolks and cheese. She added MK7 with her clinician's okay, brought back 2 yolks and a slice of aged Gouda most mornings, and used extra virgin olive oil on salads. Within weeks, her home blood pressure log lost random spikes and gum bleeding eased. The reason this works is simple. You didn't just add vitamins. You activated the proteins that keep calcium from hardening vessels. If you remember nothing else, remember this. D brings calcium in, K2 tells it where to go, and vitamin A keeps tissue refreshed, balanced. Pair them with real fats and protein, and your arteries finally get clear. The breakfast insulin reset. Now, we lock in your daytime chemistry because breakfast decides whether your arteries spend the next 8 to 12 hours calm or on edge. Start sugary and low fat, and you'll spike insulin, crash, and stress the endothelium. Start protein and stable fat first, and you'll get a gentle glucose rise, steadier insulin, and a smoother pulse all day. This is where everything you've changed, stable fats and the K2D3, a trio, starts paying off quickly. Here's the rule that separates beginners from pros. Within 90 minutes of waking, eat at least 30 grams of protein with natural fat and minimal sugar. That single move blunts the first insulin surge, stops your liver from dumping extra glucose, and ends the 11 a.m. wobble that pushes you towards sweet coffee and snack bars. It also ferries your fat-soluble vitamins into circulation, so they can actually work. Let me show you exactly how to build it. Option 1, 3 eggs cooked in butter or regular olive oil, plus a cup of whole milk Greek yogurt with a handful of berries and a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. That's about 35 to 40 grams of protein, stable fat, polyphenol, and fiber. Option 2, sardines over half an avocado with lemon and salt, plus cottage cheese on the side. It's fast, savory, and it keeps you full for hours. Option 3, cottage cheese mixed with a scoop of unflavored whey, topped with walnuts and cinnamon, with a warm side of sautéed spinach and mushrooms in olive oil. Different flavors, same chemistry. Protein first, fat for stability, minimal sugar. Now, here's where most people mess up. They keep cereal, juice, and a low-fat bagel because it feels light. That combo is a glucose blast that invites a crash, palpitations, and snack hunting. Coffee alone on an empty stomach is another trap. Caffeine spikes cortisol, nudging glucose up and setting off the same insulin dance. Have your coffee with breakfast, not before. And skip healthy granola bars. Most are refined seed oils and syrup in a wrapper. A simple 7-day test locks this in. For the next week, eat a 30-gram protein, stable fat breakfast within 90 minutes of waking. Track 2 signals, afternoon cravings and your pulse 30 minutes after lunch. Most people notice fewer cravings and a calmer post-meal pulse by day 3 to 5. That's your endothelium breathing easier. Timing matters more than perfection. If you routinely delay your first real meal until noon, your body leans on stress hormones to keep glucose up. That pattern tightens vessels and muddies blood pressure. I'm not against time-restricted eating, but for many seniors with creeping blood pressure or 3 p.m. crashes, a protein-first breakfast, and an earlier dinner beats skipping breakfast. Once your numbers and energy improve, experiment if you want. Start with stability, then test. Make this effortless with a plate formula: PFF, protein, fat, few carbs. Anchor 30 to 40 grams of protein. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of natural fat, butter, olive oil, avocado, or nuts, and keep carbs low sugar and high fiber. Berries or leftover beans work well. If fruit's your thing, keep it small and never eat it naked. Pair it with yogurt, cheese, or nuts. Common problems and quick fixes. Low-fat yogurt with fruit. Fix: whole milk Greek yogurt. Add a scoop of whey or cottage cheese. Drizzle extra virgin olive oil. Toast and jam. Fix: skip it, or replace with a veggie omelet and a side of berries. Smoothie sugar bombs. Fix: base it on whey, Greek yogurt, olive oil, or avocado, water or unsweetened milk, a small handful of berries, no juice or honey. Like muffins. Fix: eggs, cottage cheese, or sardines. Save muffins for rare treats, not fuel. Micro story. Louise thought cereal kept things light. We rebuilt breakfast with eggs, yogurt, and olive oil and had his coffee with the meal. Within a week, his 3 p.m. palpitations faded and the candy hunt died. The reason is boring and powerful. Fewer glucose swings mean less endothelial stress and steadier blood pressure. Tie it back to the vitamin story. Taking D3 with K2 as MK7 alongside yolks, aged cheese, and olive oil means better absorption and activation.